Odin Sphere Leifthrasir has finally released, marking the ability to play Odin Sphere on every PlayStation system which has released within the last 10 years. Much like when Vanillaware updated Muramasa the Demon Blade when they ported it to the PS Vita as Muramasa Rebirth, Odin Sphere Leifthrasir, Vanillaware has taken the opportunity to update Odin Sphere to their current standards with great success. In Odin Sphere's case, the new game is about what would happen if you took the original Odin Sphere and mixed it with Vanillaware's own Muramasa Rebirth. Put simply, the results are stunning. The original Odin Sphere was deeply engrossing, rich RPG with memorable boss fights, and Odin Sphere Leifthrasir luckily keeps with the same mechanics and engaging story, but enhances every aspect to near perfection. To start things off, the first book's protagonist is Demon Lord Odin's daughter, Gwendolyn. Her older sister Griselda died during a battle, entrusting Gwendolyn with her special spear, a weapon made of a special jewel known as a cipher. Gwendolyn always sought her father's love, and would be willing to die to hear him say he loved her. As she serves the king, she is tormented by trying to please her father and staying true to her personal beliefs. Each book shows the perspective of the character during certain events, whether they are involved or completely elsewhere when it occurs. Because of this structure, the main plot barely progresses until the very end, focusing a lot on the protagonist and their ordeals as they overcome their own problems and issues while learning bits and pieces about the contents of the prophecy. Odin Sphere Leifthrasir is a side-scrolling action RPG, and from the first stage it follows a specific formula. Each book consists of 7 chapters, each containing a mission to go through. These missions consist of mini-stages of various difficulties rated by stars on the map. The objective is always to defeat all enemies on each stage. Upon completing the stage, you will be ranked based on how fast you completed it, along with how little damage you receive. Higher ranks give better rewards, but there is always a certain item dropped on each stage. Amongst these mini-stages are 2 mini-boss rooms and 2 shops. At the end, you go fight the main boss. Since every mission follows the formula and the enemies, most bosses and even stage structures get rehashed. The game can become quite repetitive, so you will fare better playing in small doses to keep the enjoyment fresh. For what it does provide, it's still fun, and missions themselves are short at least. The game poses quite a challenge with emphasis on skill and item management over mindless rampage. This especially holds true for bosses, as most of them require you to pull off many skills and have a pinch of luck. The original Odin Sphere behaves as though it knows what's best for you. It doles out skills when it feels like it, leveling up the cipher weapons as it deems necessary. Odin Sphere Leifthrasir has a more traditional leveling system. Experience is earned from attacking and eating. Leveling up gives you points to place in the attributes you choose. You decide which special abilities you want to invest phosons in, rather than the game deciding what's best for you. Again, former bonds have been broken. I was adequate at Odin Sphere, but getting to decide how Gwendolyn grew in her storyline will make you an Odin Sphere Leifthrasir master. In addition to combat, there is an alchemy and cooking system which is unlocked early on. In the original Odin Sphere, players were able to brew potions by mixing an item with a flask of liquid called material. These potions did everything from heal your character to provide status buffs and inflict massive elemental damage on enemies. Odin Sphere Leifthrasir expands on the system by allowing you now to combine a potion with an item to create new recipes. Additionally, these concoctions can be merged with each other or with food items to increase their potency. Also, unlike in the original release, it's no longer necessary to have recipes on hand in order to create potions, as you are now able to figure out your own combinations by mixing and matching ingredients to your heart's content. It's an effective system which encourages experimentation and adds a welcome layer of depth to the game. With Odin Sphere Leifthrasir on the PS4, you will not be able to shake the feeling of wonder as you explore the game's storybook landscapes, from the lush and verdant forest of Elritz that's populated by hordes of menacing teddy bears, to the proud pillars and towering statues that loom over the halls of Nebulopolis. Every subtle detail and careful brushstroke pops off the screen. This is all thanks to the game's fresh 1080p, 60 frames per second facelift. The original game still looks pretty phenomenal to this day, but being able to see even the finest detail in each character, from the delicate folds in a bed's linens to the most minute etchings in an enemy's armor, is really a sight to behold. Also, the bosses look absolutely fantastic. Odin Sphere Leifthrasir features an entire bestiary of mammoth monstrosities which dominate the entire screen, and they look better than ever in glorious HD. Overall, Odin Sphere Leifthrasir accomplishes what it sets out to do with ease. It brings Odin Sphere up to the same level of polish as Vanillaware's most recent titles and exceeds the original in almost every way. Whether you're a fan of the original or just picking the game up for the first time, chances are you're going to find a lot to love with this remake.
What's up guys, Brett Medlock here. I'm here to invade Josh Brant's review because I was also playing Odin Sphere during its review period. I'm here to talk about the PlayStation Vita version of the game. Odin Sphere Leifthrasir is arguably one of the best PlayStation Vita games to date. No, I'm not kidding. This game is stunning to look at and a pure joy to play. I hadn't been so engrossed in my Vita since Persona 4 Golden. I spent nights laying in bed repeating in my head over and over again, just one more level. I seriously couldn't put this game down. The PlayStation Vita version is nearly identical to the PS4 version in every way. Even when I blew up the PlayStation Vita version with my PlayStation TV, I could hardly tell any difference at all. If you have a PlayStation TV, I highly recommend you grab the PlayStation Vita version. Then you essentially are getting the mobile and home console version at a stellar price of $40. Rather than paying $50 or $60 for just the PS3 or PS4 version. Odin Sphere Leifthrasir marks a huge win for PlayStation Vita owners, and I seriously can't stress that enough. Play this game. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video.